Quick summary of the day. It was Saturday. I was taking it easy because it was cold. The mall. He's gonna see if he got any hits in his Korean pop.
I don't see it. I got enough.
I feel like you got that one already.
I feel like this is good.
Hello, we are back home. Alright, quick summary of the day. It was Saturday. I was taking it easy because it was cold. We went out in the morning to drop off Sebastian's bike at the bike shop because he had a leaky tire, and it was quite a wait. There was a lot of people lined up waiting for the store to open, but we finally got it dropped off and said we were going to go to breakfast, so we went to the deli and then came back. They still hadn't started on his bike. Had to wait a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And then finally they started on the bike. I ended up walking through the shopping center to get cookies for Ziggy. He's waiting for them. And they had just barely started. But then after all that waiting, they're like, oh, we don't have the right size tube for the wheel in stock. We have to order it from Pennsylvania, and it's going to be like 3 or 4 days. We were trying to get his bike fixed so they could go on a weekend ride, since we have still 2 more days in the weekend, but not going to happen. We headed home, and then I hopped back in my car to go buy tissues. Yay. And then I worked on crochet, fed Jax, just lots of chilling. And then I got up and I was gonna try and poke around on my work computer, figure out Google Slides and how to set things up on a separate desktop, but right as I was starting, it shut down for updates. Gotta love a work computer. And those updates just were going and going and going and going, and it would reboot and then it would start another countdown. So I switched to my personal computer, and instead I made the 3 coloring sheets for our 3 students with their illustrations, and I sent them to my teacher. And at that point, it was like after 5, so I said, hey Sebastian, let's go to the mall. I wanted to buy more sanitizer, and I had a $5 coupon at Hot Topic to use up. So I decided I would just get a little necklace. And yeah, I picked out like a 2-pack. I'm still so dry. Of, why am I showing you? I'm not wearing it. Of star necklaces. There's like one that's black, has a black swirl on it, and the other one has an olive green swirl on it. There just wasn't anything that really caught my eye, but I wear olive green a lot, and stars are always good. So I got that. There were 3 sweet young ladies behind the counter, young adults. I mean, I'm not a young adult. I don't know what to say. They're probably girls in their 20s, young 20s, late teens. And one of them was like, I love your outfit. It's such a vibe. It's like Forest Fairy. I was wearing a 20-year-old shirt from Lucky Brand. You might have seen a little bit of it. Just shades of olive green and mossy green. And then my mushroom necklace, which I'm pretty sure it was from Hot Topic. A little teacup from Hot Topic. Just I was living my forest goblin best life today. And I was like, oh, thank you. Sebastian got a Pokemon pack, a Korean one that was all he could really afford, but he was happy and he did get a hit. We weren't sure at first, but it was an art rare. I see it for sale between $3 and $30, so it's probably more in the $3 end, but it could go up. He's happy. I got more sanitizer refills, and they actually had one that I had, like a holder that I'd had my eye on, that comes with a whole bunch of things, like a whistle and a pen and a little light. And I'm going to take the holder off of that to use on my work lanyard at times when I want one that's pink, because it's so hard to find the style I like that's just very fitted and sleek and has a little clip. Even though I love those cute chunky ones, I'm only going to do those for holidays because it's like right here whacking into me if I have to run. And I do run most days at recess, but I could have an eloper that I'm helping with. My little ones, not so much. They got little legs, but I do sometimes get pulled into self-contained like K2 or higher. Just the other day, I went into K2 for a while, so one of the teachers could go talk to another one. But yeah, I was happy to find that, and they finally have had the full-size sanitizers for a little while, so I got one for the kitchen. Then got Jack some food and headed home. Took a bath, time was zooming by, and here we are. It is 8:27, and we gotta get going on our videos. But Ziggy is staring down the cookies that I'm fidgeting with. He can't wait for them, but I promised Sebastian I'd save them for him because he likes to make Ziggy lay on him while we do videos. Anyway, I'm sorry I look so bad, but my skin gets very, very red from, I don't know if it's my own snot. I feel like it is, because if I get a random drippy nose from like even dusting the house, my skin gets irritated even before I blow it with a tissue. But it's what it is. I put makeup on it this morning and it lasted until the first nose blowing 5 minutes later. But at least it's not hand, foot, and mouth. My poor coworker, she is hurting. I vividly remember the mouth pain from that. And her little baby, who's like 9 months old, is getting spots now. I just had gloves that are tiny enough for my little hands arrive. I had ordered them when I was thinking I was infected. I wanted to be prepared. At this point, the chances are slowly starting to go down. Still could suddenly break out in spots. Still in the window, but I bought them to cover any blisters on my hands, so I could return to work post-fever. They say go ahead after 24 hours, same with anything, but those things can still be contagious if they open, so I was going to have gloves, but maybe I will wear them when I'm working with the afternoon class, and maybe a mask at times too. I don't know. I don't know how they'll react to it. I don't know how kids would handle that. I wouldn't wear it for my morning class because I've got a new student coming and I want her to see my face. Anyway, good night everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.